Here's what we had in our neighborhood. We didn't have a ton of kids. I did give out a bunch of candy, but we had more. It seemed like there were more adults with the kids. Like instead of having like dad or mom walking the kids around, it was like dad, mom, uncles, aunts, friends, all these people, like all the people that are like 20, 30, 40 years old walking around the little kids trying to relive a little bit of Halloween. So I got to a point where there were so many adults that were walking through the neighborhood. I changed up my candy and I put in my candy bowl some Metamucil.
Oh, I love that.
Because I know when we talked about it on the show that everybody's in love with Metamucil now. Everybody's been doing it since we talked about it on the show. So actually it was kind of funny because I think I ended up having, you had 20-some kids?
23, and I still had over 100 pieces of candy left.
I think I had less than that. I had maybe 17 kids or something like that, but I had at least 30 adults because it was no joke. Like there was like the first, comes over is obviously our neighbors, Brittany
Brooke,
and John and Brooke, and then they had one of their guy friends that came over too, and then the next group that came, this was pretty wild. It was like 3 little kids. And they were probably, I'm guessing, like a little bit younger than Cecily, Milo, and Lucy and Smith. But they had like four or five like adults with them that were like all drinking.
Yeah.
Everybody, if I could have called it, it would be Happy Yeti-Ween.
Yeah,
because
everybody's got to travel.
Yeah. They're all drinking, so.
I told the first kids that were doing a lap, I said, listen, come around at the end because you're going to get, if you come back, you're going to get a bag full of candy. And it happened.
Did they come by?
One kid came back. I said, here you go.
Smart.
Because I was giving out like 4 king size to every kid that came because I knew there wasn't going to be a lot of kids. You
Dude,
could
that's
just tell.
awesome.
But this is so cute. The very first girl came all by herself. I mean, her mom was on the sidewalk, but she didn't have any little trick-or-treat buddies. Cutest little girl. She was decorated like a princess and had the costume and the little white gloves. And she sat there and like really thoughtful trying to pick her candy. And I just said, take one of each. You don't have to think about it. She's like, are you sure? And she's looking at me like it's a trick. And she was like, well, I was hoping for Skittles. And I said, oh, if you find Skittles, bring some back for me because that's my favorite. So listen to this.
Trade.
I'm taking the trash cans out at the end of the night. It's super dark, like 11 o'clock. I hear a noise and I like jump. And it's the little girl came back. And she goes, here you go, mister. And she had Skittles for me.
Oh, my gosh.
11 o'clock at night? What's she doing walking around with Skittles?
I don't know, but I kidnapped her. I took her in my garage. But no, I'm a little slow this morning. This is how bad I'm hungover. I'm drinking office coffee. Look at this.
Yeah, I don't think in 13 years I've worked for this show I've ever seen you do that.
This is only the second or third time ever I've had office coffee.
A lot of parents probably drank a little bit last night. You'll have to share with us if you did, if you had.
A lot of it.
You had a lot.
You had to be going slow, Shannon, because I saw you had a little one in tow, like younger than your daughter.
Yeah, so my niece Stella is 2, and she was with us because my sister and my brother-in-law were with us, and then I had Luce. Andrew and Smith had we lost them at one point. It was actually kind of nutty in my neighborhood, which was great. There were a ton of trick-or-treaters. And like you said, Mojo, tons of like families trick-or-treating together and friends and stuff, which was really cool.
Yeah.
That was you tell the 2-year-old like, get in the wagon. I'm tired of waiting.
I told my sister, I said, next year we're bringing the wagon because she was real slow. She was so cute, but she was real slow.
You need to do like the older Chaldean moms in my neighborhood. They drive their minivan and
there
park
were a few,
at the end of the corner.
There were a few that did that. But I told Lucy, I was like, all right, here's the plan. Because I felt kind of bad. She was so sweet and she wanted to stay with her cousin and trick-or-treat with her. But I was like, we're going to maximize candy time because she's a little slow.
Yeah.
So from the time it takes her to get to the next house, you can crisscross. Go across the street, hit those 2 houses, meet us at the next house. So that's what she was doing. But I had a full house last night. I had so many darn people at my house. And it was really cool because I had myself, my kids. I had Wes, my boyfriend. His older son was with me, was with us as well.
He wanted to go out still?
He didn't go out. He just hung at the house and watched football. Gotcha. But then I had my mom. I had my dad and my stepmom. I had Andrew. I had Andrew's parents.
Wow.
And then I had my sister, my brother-in-law, and my niece.
You had a full house.
So nice.
What'd you guys do?
Isn't that crazy?
Yesterday I went to go Costco to go get candy. And when I was walking out, I met a Mojo in the Morning listener, this beautiful mom. We're walking out, and she had in her cart a stack of like 30 Costco pizzas.
Yeah.
That she was going to make, and the whole neighborhood was coming over to her house.
Yeah.
She was going to heat them all up or something like that. What did you guys have? Pizza and stuff?
Wes made chili.
Did he?
So we did
Oh, what a
chili
great-
and then just had like a bunch of chips and dips and
Chelsea made tortilla
it simple.
soup, which was so good. So it was cool. But I
Forgot
love
to eat dinner.
Well, it was
I had beer for dinner.
had beer.
And then Twix bar.
You guys know
and Skittles.
Andrew was hungry, and I was like, he kept eyeing the chili, and so finally I go, look, I didn't make it, so you're good. Wes made it, and he goes, oh, good, I'm not going to get poisoned. And I'm like,
Wait.
you dick.
He's more willing to eat the food from your boyfriend than eat the food from you.
No, he just knows I'm a terrible cook.
Oh, okay.
So he was relieved that somebody else cooked.
Paige, what's going on? I'm sorry, Megan. Let me grab Paige first.
Guys.
Hi, what's going on?
Hi, I just wanted to call in and let you guys know. I was laughing so hard when you were talking about the more adults than kids. Literally, there were 4 of us last night with just 1 kid.
I know.
Yeah.
Because we want the trick-or-treating to survive. The kids don't want to do it. They already did all their trunk-or-treats.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I was listening to you guys. I think it was last week when you were talking about how the trunk or treats was like killing Halloween.
Yes.
Mhm.
I totally
Yeah, it's crazy.
Megan, you don't like anyone seeing the inside of your house. Do you stand down at the mailbox to give out your candy?
I sat on the porch with my neighbors. Thank you very much. I did. I did. And I was, you know what? This was the first year I was the house I dreamed of being when I was an adult because thankfully, shout out to the Mars Corporation. They had sent me a box of like these Skittles Shriekers, which is like their Halloween Skittles where some of them are sour and some of them aren't.
Ooh.
And so I had like a massive amount of these Skittles at my house that they sent to me. And so I had 7 trick-or-treaters the entire night, and every single one of them got an entire bag of individual sized. Like, so you didn't get
That's
one little
awesome.
bag, you got a bag of mini bags.
Do you think
Nobody came.
Do you think the kids all in the neighborhood go, that's the scary lady's house? Do you think that they do?
She never comes out of her
She
house.
never comes out of her house. We don't know.
There was a woman that was like, she was so funny. She literally screamed at her daughter, do you know who that is? She's on Mojo in the
And the kids don't care. They just want the candy.
The kid was like, Mom, I got more houses to go to. And I was like, I get it.